seriously, when you feel like you're all over the place, if you can remember to call on God and be like, I need you.
This is the real hustle.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to This is the Real Hustle podcast. I'm your host, Tanika. And for the people who are just now joining or are coming, welcome. Thank you for being here. Applause. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, before I get started, look what I got, guys, for my viewers that have been here. Cue cards. See that? Shout out to my friend Keisha. She made these for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, anyway. So before we start, I gotta okay, so this butterfly in my hair, I got it from her name is Tierra. She's the owner of Velvet Freeze on 18th and Vine. Her birthday just passed and she was like a fairy. And so this is completely out subject, but she was going around, she'll give you a fist bump and then she'll pull and then she'll do like this and she'll have a butterfly on her head. And she gave me one. It was so cool. So I kept it. Anywho, okay, so today, y'all, I want to talk about something like have you ever walked in a room and felt like, all right, so let me figure out how I'm gonna get out. I got to figure out like the exit so I'll know how to get out of here. You want to stand against the wall and watch everybody like you don't feel safe, like you know what I mean? Like you just always scanning the room looking for danger or feeling like something is gonna happen, so you try to protect yourself. Or you paying attention to everybody's energy and the shifts and all of that stuff. It's a name for it, y'all. It's not paranoia because I know a lot of people think that. It's called hypervigilance. Bitch, I ain't know nothing about that. Listen, I just found out like maybe a couple weeks ago because I was just trying to figure out like why every time I go somewhere I feel like this. Like I literally feel like I'm in a space where I'm nervous and I'm watching and I'm looking. I'm just paying attention to what everybody's saying, what their bodies is doing and everything. And I couldn't figure it out. And then I found out it was hypervigilance. And so today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to tell y'all what that is, ways to cope with it, and the difference between like hypervigilance, paranoia, and like hyper focus. So today, we getting educated, y'all. Okay, so look, what I also read is that it's not like a mental thing. It's like your nervous system is all over the place. Your nervous system is tripping out and you trying to survive. It's a lot. Anywho, y'all ready? Look at this. Moves cue card to the next. I'm so excited about these, y'all. For real. I feel like Jason Lee. See that? If any of y'all know him, they just talk show hosts. They always get cue cards. And so yeah, I'm excited about these. Okay. So what is hypervigilance? That's the first thing we want to talk about. Hypervigilance is a heightened state of awareness. Your mind and body are on constant alert, scanning for danger, tension, or emotional shifts. So it's kind of like you probably feel like it's anxiety. It's not anxiety. It's like a different, like your senses are heightened, like your spidey senses get to tingling. And that's the best way I can like describe it in a different way. I know that's kind of weird, but I'm being honest. It's like you know how he can always feel something and spidey say my spidey senses is tingling and he like something is going on, something is wrong. Well, for him something was really wrong, but for people like me and maybe like other people, it's not that something is really wrong. It's just that we are so used to things going wrong or being wrong. Our body is in like it goes into hypervigilance, which is a trauma response basically, where we try to prepare ourselves for what may happen and so we can make sure that we are protected in the midst of it. Okay, so I wanted to give you some signs of like you may be hypervigilant if you have these signs. So you feel grumpy, you get irritated easily, um, you get startled easy, like you get scared quick, even if it's not like a big scare, just like you just kind of like all the time, and you know, little stuff like that. Like you can't relax, like you even in like safe spaces, like you always panicking, you just always on high alert. You always watching people, you watch they moods, you watch the room, like just energy. Like empaths do the same thing. However, being an empath and being hypervigilant, you can be both, but they're not the same. Basically, an empath is something that just who you are. Hypervigilance comes from what you've been through, basically. So another one is like you struggle to sleep or wind down, like you constant, like Your brain just won't click off basically. You get anxious when you don't have control. Like when you feel like stuff is out of your control and you can't fix it or you can't stop it, like you just be all over the place. So it's like it comes from your nervous system. So that's why I wanted to give y'all like what hypervigilant, like what the signs are. I think it's pretty cool because now I learned about this. So I'm like, I gotta tell y'all because I know it's so many other people that probably feel the same way and didn't know what it was. So yeah. So anywho, so basically it's your nervous system is like it's so trained to think that something is always wrong. It don't know that I'm safe and I can relax, basically. It's like, listen, the war is over. I need you to calm down, chill. I can relax. I want to relax, but it's like something don't allow you to. I've been feeling like that all the time. Change this cue card. I ain't gonna say it again after this. I promise. I promise. I promise. Okay. So I also wanted to tell you where it comes from, so you'll have a better understanding and maybe can relate. And now I'm not giving no diagnosis because I am not a medical professional. Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an MD. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't work in a. I don't work as an NP doing these things. However, this is my experience and this is my research. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. I'm just for the people who may not know or may feel this way. I'm telling you, this is what's going on because I mean, this may be going on with you. So, where it comes from, it doesn't come out of nowhere. So, it's not something that could just happen. Like I was talking about being an empath. That's just who you are. So, for being hypervigilant, the root causes are it's from childhood trauma, like neglect, abuse, just constant chaos around you in the house, like you never was able to rest, like it was always something going on when you were younger. Let me see, PTSD or chronic stress. So everybody knows what PTSD is, post traumatic stress disorder. So like anything that caused you like stress. I mean, traumatic situations that causes you stress, like now, or you get triggered by it. Like when they say people in the army, they hear booms or gunshots and stuff. They get triggered. They go back to that, back to that space they were in when they were in the army. So that's PTSD, is post traumatic stress disorder. Chronic stress, like you just always under extreme stress, like from life, from things happening, just like, you know, everybody get not everybody. Some people get stressed because say for instance, like they feel like they working and it's not enough. Like stuff is just never enough. Like you never out of survival mode. Like it's nothing I do can make me come like I'm just always on edge, always trying to figure something out. And that's stressful. I be like that sometimes. So that's one. Unsafe environments, like being unsafe at home. It can be from like some kids unsafe at school, in relationships. Like I was just talking about living in survival mode for too long. Like you could be from childhood used to always having to figure out a way to get through certain situations, like with your parents or even without your parents, if you didn't have them growing up, just constantly going through stuff as a kid and just being messed up for real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out, or just constantly having to always feel like you gotta find a solution or protect yourself, or you know what survival mode is. Like people constantly live in survival mode. I've been one of those people. I always got to have a plan for a plan and another plan for a plan, because I feel like my whole life I always had something happen. And so it's like if I don't prepare for this, then I'm gonna be messed up. But I also got to prepare for the thing that I prepare for, because if that don't fall into place, then what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be screwed. So that was one. And then it's just like it said your now I got this. Now this is my research. It said your brain said you got to be ready, and your body agreed. So basically, what it was saying is like your brain is on high alert and it's telling you to prepare for something that bad to happen, and your body agrees with it. So your body is controlled by your brain. So your body is just like, okay, what we doing? Like constantly all over the place, even if you're not physically moving, but just like preparing. Okay, so it's just like I guess it's normal for people to feel this way now. Is what well some people think it's normal to feel that way, but it's actually not. And you is ways to fix it, but you really may need some professional help like therapy. And I don't know about seeing a psychiatrist and being on medication, but therapy, like talk to a therapist about it and they'll be able to give you coping skills to get through it. But it's like you really got to unlearn the stuff that puts you in these spaces. Like you got to figure out where the root cause is and kind of go there and bring yourself out of it, because if not, you will stay in that mode and it's not healthy. Like literally, it'll drive you crazy. So I was looking up like what kind of people experience it, and what I found were like hypervigilance is common in trauma survivors, people that had emotional, physical, or SA abuse, children of addicts or emotionally unavailable parents, empaths and highly sensitive people. Like I was saying before, I'm an empath. So I feel everything. So it's 10 times worse for me, especially on top of everything else that I've been through. Being in survival mode and being in crazy situations has also made me that way. And then sensitive people who are like super sensitive naturally, it's common for them to, kind of have hypervigilance. I'm not for sure exactly why I didn't dig deep into that, but you can look into that. People with CPTSD, that's chronic post traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, or complex grief. It's also anyone who had to grow up too fast. Now, clearly, we know what that looks like. For example, somebody who they mom worked a lot and they was younger raising themselves, or it could be their mama wasn't around and they had to raise themselves, or their father wasn't around, or whatever. You know what that looks like when you had to grow up too fast. And then so basically from all of those things, it's common in all of those type of people that I just said. And then it's just constantly like those type of people that I mentioned, like they're constantly reading rooms. Even if you don't see it physically, their brain is wired to where they are doing it subconsciously. And they literally, or I'm talking about, I'm gonna speak for myself. When I walk into a room, I'm constantly watching everybody, everything. I'm literally like, okay, let me stand close to this exit as I can, because if something happened here, I want to make sure that I get out of here. Or if I'm outside, like if I'm like Vine, for example, down there, I'm paying attention to everybody, everything, where I can run and hide if somebody starts shooting. Like it's like that. You know what I mean? And it's so irritating because it's like something I cannot stop, and it drives me crazy. So I don't even really be feeling comfortable out for real no more. I don't drink, so that, I guess, and this is gonna sound crazy, I feel like when I was drinking, I had it. I mean, I still would pay attention to everything, but I was able to relax a little bit more. But now that I don't drink, it's not easy for me to relax when I'm out in certain, situations or environments. So I don't really come outside for real. Like I mean, not outside, but I don't go to functions and stuff like that, because I'm constantly like all over the place trying to figure out what's happening or what I would do in the situation if it do happen. Like just it's annoying, it's frustrating. I be feeling like I can't trust certain people, or not even certain people. I can't trust people at all. It's a lot. It's frustrating. So in order to come out, I really have to prepare myself to like, okay, everything is fine, and constantly remind myself that the whole time that I'm outside, like everything is okay. Um, or have somebody with me that's my safe space, so that way I'll be like, all right, I'm cool. I know that if I figure, I'm still making sure everything is cool, but she got me too. So it's like some extra protection type thing. So if you ever feel like that, y'all, I'm telling you, we gonna learn on here today. That's the hustle. The hustle today is learning what hypervigilance is, so we can become aware and fix it, because it doesn't feel good and it's not healthy. And I want us to be healthy, y'all. I want to be healthy for sure. So hypervigilance and paranoia, it kind of feels the same, but it's two different things, and I kind of want to break it down. So hypervigilance is a trauma response. It's body based. Your nervous system is in overdrive. It's your protection mode even when you're technically safe. That's what hypervigilance is. Now paranoia is distorted thought patterns, mind based fear takes over logic. You think people are out to get you even when they're not. So the difference between the two is kind of like hypervigilance is like you not scared, but you just trying to protect yourself. Like you feel like you have the need to protect yourself or the people that you with, like, and for y'all to be safe. Being paranoid is like you scared of something, like you afraid in your mind, like of things around you, or like somebody might come and get you. Not necessarily like they may kill you, but what if they kidnap you? It's different things like that. I hope I explained that right. But those are the two differences between being paranoid and being hypervigilant. Because I used to say all the time, like, I be too paranoid. I can't. I'm too paranoid. I can't be around people. Like I don't know what's what. Now, in certain, dealing with mental illness, I didn't really want to bring that up, but sometimes I am paranoid, and it's just a part of my illness. However, I know when I'm that way, and I know when I'm not. All right, this ain't me being paranoid. This is something else. So I wanted to make sure I gave the definitions of those two. So hypervigilance wants to protect you, and paranoia will isolate you because you're afraid. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that. So hypervigilance, you're not scared to be out. You just want to make sure that you protect it. Paranoia, you stay away from people because you're afraid. Dang, I think I may have both. It may be both right now for me, y'all. I think it's both. It can be both, clearly. So I'm all messed up over here. I'm gonna get it together though. We getting it together. We gonna get it together. One conversation at a time. All right, I'll just laugh, Okay, okay. So also another thing is hyper focus. So hyper focus is, it may feel like hypervigilance, but it's a difference. So I want to also tell you what that is. Hyper focus is intense concentration on one task or thought. It's common in people with ADHD or flow states. So hypervigilance is, of course, constant scanning for threats, emotional and physical exhaustion. That's what it makes you feel. It makes you feel emotionally and physically exhausted. Um, so basically, hyper focus is when you locked in on something, and hypervigilance is when you locked on something. Locked in, I'm focused on this right here. I'm gonna get it done. Hypervigilance, I'm locked on what's about to happen in this room. Let me figure out what I can do in here. Period. I'm all over the place. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that y'all understood what the difference of all three was, like paranoia, hypervigilance, and hyperfocus. So that way you will know what you are actually going through and what's draining you. Because paranoia, I don't feel like that. Well, it doesn't drain me, but this hypervigilance, constantly, my brain constantly moving, on being on alert, being in survival mode and all of that, like it's exhausting. Like I be exhausted sometimes at night. I have to cut on like brown noise because it's supposed to help your mind and your brain waves, and then I'll listen to other little sounds that supposed to help, like with slowing your brain down and your body, and like making your body rest, because I'm constantly going. Like my medication helps me sleep. However, it doesn't keep me sleep. Like it doesn't even put me to sleep. I have to literally listen to something that would make me concentrate on it and make my brain slow down. So I just wanted to make sure that I told y'all that. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to talk about is how hypervigilance can affect relationships and life in general. So hypervigilance, like I was saying before, it can make you feel real drained, like you don't want to do nothing because of your brain constantly moving. It's like you never shut off. Like you never get rest. So you feel drained and exhausted. Um and you overthink everything, which again, it goes back to your brain constantly moving. You assume the worst in people or situations. You replay conversations over and over again. Oh my God, I do this all the time. It drives me crazy. Like, now, is this how it was said? Like I could have said more, or what does it mean? I'm trying to dissect the whole thing. It's horrible. Um, like you struggle to trust even those who you love. Y'all. When I'm researching this, I'm looking this stuff up, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Because I love a lot of people, but half of the people that I love I don't trust. And it's not because they necessarily did something to me, specifically. It's just my life and what I've been through won't allow me to trust people because you just never know. Like, I don't know. Not that they out to get me, but are they gonna protect me? Like, I don't trust people to protect me. I trust me to protect me. Like, for real. I'm just being honest. Like, and that's what makes me feel that way, is this hypervigilance, which is a trauma response. So you avoid crowds, you get overstimulation, or even in friendships, like you have a hard time like really not staying in friendships, but being like consistent in friendships because of this hypervigilance. Like you constantly being overstimulated, and you feel like you need a break, so you stay away from like people sometimes because it's like, listen, I can't do it. I can't entertain. I can't have conversations or nothing right now because my brain, I'm literally overstimulated. My brain is doing too much. I need to calm down and I can't. So I'll just stay away from people. And then, like I was saying, when like on Vine or concerts, like I only been to a few concerts in my life, and the reason I never went is because it was way too many people. I got social anxiety too. Plus, it's just like I never know what's gonna happen. What if it's a stampede in here? What if somebody starts shooting in this mug? How am I gonna get out? I don't want to get people die from getting stepped on. Oh, sorry, people get unalived from getting stepped on in crowds, and you know what I'm saying? Like everybody trying to run and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Nope, I ain't doing it. But it also said that you feel guilty for needing space. That is so true. I be feeling so bad because I don't be knowing how to explain to people why I don't answer the phone. I don't be knowing how to explain why I don't text back. I don't know how to explain, like, yeah, I'm gonna come and see you, or yeah, we can hang out, and then I back out. It's hard for me. It was hard for me to explain it because I'm like, they gonna think I'm acting funny, but please don't, because I'm not. Please don't take it personal. I don't mean nothing by it. It's not you. It's literally me. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard for me to explain because I didn't know why I felt that way all the time. You know what I'm saying? And now, like I said, being in therapy and learning all of this stuff and researching it on my own, I figured out, okay, it's the reason that we do what we do. If it's things that people, that not even people, what you notice and that other people may notice, I say, after you've already got like felt it and then somebody brought it to your attention, or you knew and then somebody else said something about it, and researching it, now I know, like, that's not the whole reason I am the way I am, but I know that's part of it. It's a symptom of what my core issue or my core like thing is. It's just like this is just a symptom of it. And like it's just exhausting. It's exhausting to constantly be on all the time and not ever, like, not, I ain't gonna say ever, but having the hardest time to shut your brain off or to shut down and really get the rest that you need. Like, I don't know when the last time I had some good sleep because I wanted to go to sleep and I was able to go to sleep like regular. I don't know when the last time was. Every time I get good sleep is because I didn't been sick, or I took my medication and it finally worked like good enough for me to sleep. But I probably didn't feel good before that. So other than that, I really, like, it's hard for me to stay asleep. Again, this is a symptom to my core issue. All right, now moving on. I love these guys. I won't say it again. Anyway, it keeps me on topic though, so I'm not rambling. Okay. Anyway, no, for real, because sometimes y'all, this is tough. Being right here and not having somebody to talk to, it's hard to sit here and talk to a camera. However, listen, I'm doing this and I figured out a way to do it. Cue cards, keep me on topic. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, going back. So we're gonna continue, but from a spiritual standpoint about hypervigilance. So spiritual and the emotional side. So in the Bible it says, "Be still and know that I am God." That's Psalms 46:10. But my whole life, I felt like being still wasn't safe. I feel like I constantly had to be moving. Like I felt like I constantly had to be figuring something out on how to protect myself and my kids. Like, how can I be still and know that God is God if I don't even know how to shut this off? So, like, I've been praying hard about that. I've been literally doing my best when I notice that I'm overstimulated or I'm like doing too much. I've been doing my best to just take a deep breath and relax. It's the hardest thing because it's not, I'm talking about I constantly have to do it throughout the day. Like, okay, God got it. God got it. It says, be still and know that I am God. God, I need you to help me to be still because I can't shut my brain off. I don't even know why I'm panicking. I don't even know why I'm so all over the place. I'm at home. Why do I feel like this? You know what I mean? So it's a struggle. And so I had also looked up deeper into hypervigilance, and it says hypervigilance is rooted in fear, control, distrust and other things that block your peace. So anything that you can think of that has made you feel like anxious, sad, depressed, or like just not happy, not at peace within yourself, within your heart and your spirit, like literally it had to be something that caused you to feel like you had to protect yourself, or you always got to protect yourself for your people. It had to be something that caused that made you afraid, so that, and it scared you so much that you like, I ain't never going through that again, so I'm gonna always make sure that I got a plan for a plan. I'm gonna always make sure that I pay attention to everything and everybody, because if I don't, this could possibly happen. Like, and it's paranoia is constant fear. Hypervigilance is rooted in fear from a traumatic situation. Let me make sure that I'm clear. So it's just like that's where the protection thing come from, because it's like I survived these things, and I'm gonna make sure that I continue to do that. So um going back to the scripture, it says, be still and know that I am God. God didn't say be on constant guard 24/7, because that's what I'm here for. So for those of you that believe in God, just know that even in our how do I say, even in the midst of our symptoms that we have and are in being triggered and all of the things, God got us. If you just really like pray and do your best every time you feel this way, to take your mind off of it and put your mind like, God, I know you got me. It helps. It helps. It's not a overnight thing, because I'm still in it. However, it's helping me. I can honestly say that, because I'm able to recognize when I'm doing it now, or when I'm in those spaces, and not outside yet. I ain't mastered that. Let's be clear. But when I'm at home, um, okay, God, I'm tripping that now. I need you to help me. So that, be still and know that I am God. Like, seriously, when you feel like you all over the place, if you can remember to call on God and be like, I need you, he most definitely give you a sense of peace or a sense of calm, because that's what I feel like. I'll be like, okay, I'm good, I'm okay. Like, that's what it reminds me. I'm okay, I'm okay. Like, I don't gotta worry about nothing. God just wants me to be. He's my protector, so I don't have to protect myself from anything, because he has me. At the end of the day, everybody has a day. If it's my time, I know where I'm going, so I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to protect myself against certain things, because anyway, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, so I ain't got to worry about it. And that's no weapon from words, that's no weapon from a gun, a knife, or any of those things. And if it does prosper, it's because it's not even prosper. I don't want to use that, but if something does happen, and it's also for my good. Clearly, at the end of the day, anything that happens to me is because I need to learn a lesson, or it's a blessing coming out of it. That's what I mean by that. And I won't even go too far into it. But anyway, I just want you, I want to encourage people that believe in God to know that God is your protector, and he just wants you to know that he's going to protect you. So if you can, do your best to call on God and be still in those moments, even if that means you got to sit down, just close your eyes for a second and pray, or turn on a music that's gospel music or worship music or something, or even just a sound that soothes you, to help you kind of be like, okay, God, and kind of zone out, like meditation almost. If you don't, well, I'll say that, meditate, for the people who don't believe in God. And so I also looked into some ways to help heal hypervigilance, and it's like grounding techniques. the 5 4 3 2 1 method. I think that's counting backwards. 5 4 3 2 1 is deep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and not in a fast pace, but slowly. You know what I mean? Like you come up with how many you take, 10, and just 10 of them, just slow and just kind of let yourself relax. Tapping, it's something that I've seen. I don't Y'all probably seen it on movies while people do this. It's like you may see, like, I think it was when I seen it, I think it was a person who was autistic, and that's where I seen the tapping from. And then I seen it on another, I think it was somebody who was, they was trying to stay on beat or something like that. I don't know, but the tapping is still that 5 4 3 2 1. That's what you're doing when you tap in, and that's just taking your mind off of what's going on and focusing on something else. So it's that. And then let's see. So there's somatic therapy, and that's focusing on your body and not just your mind. So that's like, say for instance, you lay flat on the bed and you close your eyes and you breathing, and then you focusing on your breathing, which is your body. You focusing on the rising and falling of your chest. You focusing on like really just letting your body relax, basically. Look it up, guys. I'm doing my best to explain it. Okay. But just focusing on your body and trying to get out of your head, basically, that's what that is. Faith practices, like I was saying before, soaking and listening to worship music, or laying and meditating and listening to worship music, going for walks and praying while you're walking, or just having quiet time, just finding a space where you can just sit in stillness and maybe have a fan going or not, or just 5 10 minutes with nothing. Just take that time. That helps. Find your safe space, your safe people, that you know that you can go to, and you can let your nervous system relax, or your nervous system automatically relaxes when you with these people. Like, get you some people that you can trust enough to go and just be with. Just literally take off the weight of everything and just feel safe and know that you don't have to worry. Like I was telling you before, well, on the last episode, my friend, like, she's my safe space, but she's one of my safe spaces. You know what I mean? Like, I know that we cool. Like, I'm good. I can say what I need to say, and she gonna let me talk through it, and she gonna bring me back. You know what I mean? Or sometimes just be like, hey, I need you, and she don't say a word, but I know that when she hear, or I could just be like, whew, and really sleep. You know what I'm saying? And get some good sleep. Okay. Setting boundaries, protect your peace without isolating. So basically, that's whoever you around, you setting boundaries, having those conversations, telling people what you're going through, and letting them know what you need, and say, hey, I need this, this, and this to be okay. You know what I'm saying, with you. Or having just the conversation about being healthy in general when you with your friends and when you with your family, because that's a whole nother topic. Like me and Ashley was talking about on the other episode, healthy boundaries. If you don't have those, you will be in constant, like, hypervigilance. It'll be something that you will never come out of. It'll be like you in an abusive relationship for real, like when you don't have healthy boundaries, because you never know what's too far and what's not, and like you constantly all over the place. So having those safe spaces where you have healthy boundaries, and you know that you are safe, and you are giving them what they need, and they are giving you what you need, and you know that you can go there and really just, okay, I'm good here, this is healthy, this feels good, and I can relax. So that's another one, guys. And just like, I guess, when you are in those spaces, knowing that you don't have to prepare for the war, you don't have to be on guard, you don't have to be worried about nothing happening, you don't have to be in protection mode or survival mode. You can actually rest, because you deserve it, and your body deserves to rest, your brain deserves to rest. Like, we need that to be okay, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We have to rest. We have to rest our minds. We have to rest our bodies, our spirits, or like everything, y'all. We gotta rest. And so, if any of that, I just spoke about hypervigilance. If you feel that, if you felt any of the ways that I described what hypervigilance is, hopefully the coping skills I gave you may use to reach out to or go seek a therapist to help you get through that, because y'all, it's exhausting. Like, I be exhausted, and some of the techniques she gave me and the stuff that I looked up, it has been working. um it, like I said, it ain't overnight. I'm still going through it. However, I can tell the difference is you have to continue to do it, and it'll become a habit, and you will start to feel the difference. You will start to feel a little bit more relaxed. Like, I'm working on it at home first, so that way, and then kind of going coming out here and there, so I can make sure that I'm okay. You know what I mean? Just everything in moderation. So that resonated. Hopefully you'll do your own research on it. And for real, y'all, get some help. It ain't a bad thing to go and talk to a therapist. I know it's in our part of the, world, how we are, we think that it's bad to go get therapy or bad to go see a psychiatrist. It's not. Go get the help you need. If you need this help, you tired of being all over the place, you want to be able to finally relax and not feel like you got to have that backpack on with bullets in it your whole life, like, literally get some help, or talk to somebody who can help you through and process, like, okay, you are okay. Like, who can help you process through that? Like, seriously, y'all, we got to do better, because a lot of the times the things that be happening out of here, out in the world, be from people who, like me, mental illness, or who are PTSD, hyper vigilant, like just always feeling like they got to protect themselves, and then be in a situation where you really didn't have to, but the way they body language was or how they looked made me feel like that, so I reacted before they did. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got to get help, so we can be better, so we can go different places and it not be so much. Now, it is some little YNs out here, and it is some little hotheads that ain't got all this going on. However, it's a lot of people who do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just don't know because they never had the conversation or had nobody to talk to about it. So, in closing, if you, like I said, if you're always on edge, get some help. But it's not that you're weak, because we ain't weak. We just we just got a little trauma going on up in here and up in here, and we gotta get it out and heal, so we can be okay, so we can feel better. Um, I wrote, "You're not broken. You're healing, and this does not define you." So that is it for today's episode of This is the Real Hustle podcast. I know this was a little different, y'all, but I had to, because I just, when I realized what it was like a light bulb came on, and I'm like, I gotta share it with my people, because I'm sure it's people that feel this and just don't know what it is. And I gotta, when I'm getting help, what I know, I'm gonna give to y'all. And so I hope that this helps somebody. I hope somebody understands or can resonate with it. Like, comment, and share. Um, and let me know if you felt this way, or is it just me? I think it's just, and I know it ain't just me. Anyway, but yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all next. Oh, wait, no, before I go, I know every week, y'all. I know every week. I said every week. However, I be exhausted, not from doing this, but I work a lot, and on top of working like an actual job, working on myself, my health, my mental health, my spirit, my body, my mind, everything. And so I I'm also putting this as a priority, which is great. However, I don't want to show up halfway. I don't know how to half do nothing. So what I want to do is, instead of doing every week, I'm going to switch. Well, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it bi-weekly. So last week I just did a vibe check. So what I decided to do was, this week is an episode. Next week it'll be a vibe check. It'll be longer than them 3 minutes, but that's all I had last time, y'all. But it'll be longer. We're gonna sit and talk. I'll probably be outside or something, moving around. Who knows? However, I'm gonna do a vibe check, not even just like a check in with yourself type thing. You know what I mean? Just to make sure everybody doing all right, letting you know where I am, letting you know what I'm feeling, and tapping in and letting you know what I've learned that week, from this week, just kind of tapping in, letting you know where we are, what our hustle is, and I want to know what y'all's is. And I'll also, those vibe checks is reminding you to check in with you, see how you feeling, see what you hustling to do, and if that hustle for that day is worth it, or if you need to be chilling and just resting. So next week it'll be a vibe check, and then the week after it'll be a full episode. So that's the new schedule, y'all. So stick with me. We got this, but y'all gotta bear with me, give me grace, because I'm human and I be tired, y'all, for real. Not from this, just from everything else, because I still have a life, and this is something that I'm doing because God told me to, like I told y'all before, and I do enjoy it. So thank y'all again. I'll see y'all next time. Sorry. You see, I got this water right here and I'll never drink it. I'm drinking it right quick. It's too cold. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.
That's it for today's episode of This is the Real Hustle. If something hit your heart, share it, tag a friend, or just sit with it. Remember, this hustle is not about performing, it's about becoming. Life is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. You can follow the show at The Real Hustle Pod, DM me, and tell me what your this is. I see you, I'm praying for you, and we're walking this thing out together, one conversation at a time.